Starting off a video with a confrontation. I'm an audio zealot. I have a background in voiceover directing and recording. I'm very concerned about the epidemic of hearing loss we're seeing at all ages. And at the end of this, it's just kind of a bummer that folks might be punishing their ears for an entertainment that's so universal. A lot of us like listening to music and movies and podcasts and games. The audio experience is vital. So here are some suggestions from an audio snob on happier and healthier headphone listening. And while you're adding some tracks to your favorite playlists, we hope you're also keeping up with all the work here on reviews.org. Hit those subscribe options, follow us around the socials, and keep up with the home site, reviews.org. We've got a ton of fun content coming up, some contests, and hopefully we can save you a little cash along the way. Because hearing aids are expensive and not always covered by insurance. It's been a mission of mine for a while now, getting folks to treat their ears a little kinder. I'm trying to. Everyone with functioning ears appreciates audio as a component of their daily lives, but a narrower group of people actively consider the audio to be the entertainment. I want more people to start dabbling with stuff we would normally consider audiophile grade. And I'm really tired of that tech trend where so many gadget reviewers protest the term. I'm not one of those stinky audiophiles, but let me tell you about these $500 headphones. I am an audiophile, I guess? And welcome to my hobby. We're in an exciting time for audio tech, and prices have never been more competitive for incredible quality. Mobile and portable gear has never been better. And while prices can sometimes look a bit spendy, investing in a couple choice pieces delivers an incredible bang for buck over the life of those products. Which brings us directly to tip number 1, diversify your gear. I see a lot of people get hung up on trying to make one big, nice purchase. I spent a lot on this, so it must be good at everything. But audio gear really shines when you keep it in your brain. You use the right tool for the right job. That's why there are so many different choices. Over-ear headphones, on-ear headphones, in-ear headphones, and other exotic solutions like bone conduction headphones. You can go as granular as you want to go. I want to work out outside and hear traffic around me is a different audio solution than I want to work out in a gym and block the noise around me, which is a different solution than I want to sit in a dark, quiet room and listen to Pink Floyd. That's a very specific audio solution. Personally, I think carving up your budget for 2 or 3 different situations is a much better way to handle audio in more conditions than dumping all your cash into one big spendy purchase. Tip number 2, mix up your wired and wireless options. Companies are selling Bluetooth as being so convenient, and it is. It is nice not having a cable tethering you like a leash, but it's another thing that you need to charge, and it's a product with tiny little batteries that will become e-waste way faster than good cabled gear. At the same time, most of our phones have lost the ability to use cabled headphones without some kind of adapter. Even for those little speed bumps, I think it's a good strategy to have some cabled playback and some wireless solutions. Okay, audio adapters can get pricey, but the performance is incredible compared to older portable audio products. The tech is so good that even some of our inexpensive dongles can usually outperform the headphone jacks built into many computers and laptops. You don't have to go all the way to $200 dongles to get a respectable upgrade. And you can also consider spending your cash turning wired headphones into wireless options with a Bluetooth DAC. A couple companies now make these adapters that can work wired or wireless, offer phenomenal sound quality, and they're rarely bigger than an iPod Nano. Tip number 3, compare different technologies. Okay, we were just talking about wireless adapters. It's not just Bluetooth, but how the audio is sent to your headphones over Bluetooth. In Android land, there are a handful of codecs that can improve the quality of signal sent. If you pair the right codec between phone and headphone, you get better audio quality. The specs to look out for: LDAC is made by Sony, aptX Adaptive or Snapdragon Sound is made by Qualcomm, and there's growing support for LHDC. It's a bit of alphabet soup, but it helps you really get all the performance you pay for when both sides can speak the same language. Apple just uses AAC, and that's good, but won't send as much data on high-res audio streaming and often has worse latency if you try to use your earbuds for gaming. That's just the Bluetooth side of this, the software getting every part of your audio chain communicating correctly. For the audio hardware, there are also different kinds of technologies that help us reproduce sound. Different drivers and materials and tuning. There's way too much to go into for an overview video like this, but this stuff isn't snake oil. As you listen to more options, you'll hear what you like and what you don't, and from the hardware level, you can choose products that better highlight exactly what you like. We always want to get this to the perfect fit solution for your ears. For example, talking about drivers. Drivers are the components responsible for making vibrations that you can hear as sound. I'm grossly oversimplifying. There are dynamic drivers, balanced armatures, bone conduction pads, planar magnetics, electrostatic drivers, from really common pieces of hardware to really exotic. They each have different characteristics that influence how sound is produced, and each has their own unique strengths and weaknesses. But from there, you can also combine some of these technologies. An earbud can sound amazing with a single dynamic driver. You can buy multi-driver earbuds with different combinations of hardware. When it comes to over-ear cans, I personally prefer the articulation and detail that you'll find on planar magnetic headphones. I know I'm hitting you with a lot. It seems like a bunch to learn, but really, it's just paying attention to what tech is in the product. When you hear something you like, then you know, oh, well, that was a hybrid dual driver. That sounded pretty good. Let me shop more stuff that has that kind of hardware in it. Which leads us to tip number 4. Don't spend a lot to start. I find there's very little value in dumping tons of cash into a starter listening setup. And just because something is expensive doesn't mean it's more gooder than a mid-range audio solution. A lot of people make that mistake that audio is some kind of linear quality. These $1,000 headphones must sound 5 times gooder than these $200 headphones. And that's not how any of this works. Once you start spending medium prices, quality is about narrowing down a specific sound you really like. It's phenomenally easy picking up some fun earbuds for 20 to 50 bucks that do an amazing job of minimizing noise and distortion. The quality is already pretty high. So paying above $200, you're really looking at specializing. When you jump to the exotic end of the market, you probably won't know what you're listening for. I can appreciate why some electrostatic headphones can cost north of $4,000, but someone just starting out probably won't really get $4,000 worth of joy out of a solution like that, unless the only joy they want was to say, I spent $4,000 on some headphones. This stuff is really fun. While I've got some crazy premium expensive solutions on my desk, I also like to slum it with some of the more affordable gear out there too, just because I like the sound. A $30 pair of KZ or $50 pair of Tin Hi-Fi can be a fantastic place to start. And there are some incredible options sub $100. Companies like Koss, Mi Audio, Blonde, Moondrop, CCA, Eco. And we can't forget the more traditional recording brands, Sony, Beyerdynamic, Sennheiser, Audio-Technica, AKG. There was a time not too long ago where I'd say, yeah, $100 headphones. And people would act like that was a shocking amount of money. Nowadays, you can buy one premium Bluetooth headphone, or you can get a Bluetooth adapter, a couple pairs of earbuds, and a solid pair of over-ear cans, and probably still save some cash. I am an audio cable snob. but we also shouldn't discount the improvements to Bluetooth and wireless quality. This year alone, one more, Soundcore by Anchor, Edifier, Bear Dynamic, Master and Dynamic, Libratone, all releasing fantastic sounding earbuds in the premium space. And the price on good buds with features like active noise cancellation are dropping consistently under $100. And lastly, tip number 5, start training your ears to listen lower. I want to finish this up with a recommendation on health and safety. A lot of people get into portable audio listening on truly terrible earbuds, often open ear earbuds that don't block any noise around you, and cheap earbuds will train bad habits. The only way to listen to your music above the noise around you is to overpower it with higher and higher volume. Now, we shouldn't be surprised to see rates of hearing loss correlate pretty close with the adoption rates of iPods and smartphones. Buying nicer gear is not only an improvement to the quality of your audio, but it's also an opportunity to start retraining your ears to appreciate a lower volume. I get it, it's not the sexiest part of this conversation, and a lot of folks are gonna shrug off hearing health, like, I've already done a bunch of damage. But that doesn't mean you can't do more damage to your hearing with these bad habits. So even if you've mistreated your ears in the past, you can always work to preserve what you still have and not make it worse, because it can always get worse. And that's bad. So don't do that. I get it. This is a very general overview of how I try to help people get started in audiophile gear, and it's just scratching the surface on a wonderful world of audio experiences. A lot of people just want a list of gooder headphones to buy for cheap. But I think it's significantly more rewarding to learn a little about different audio solutions and then trust your ears to tell you what you like and what you don't. If I put a list out there, my ears are different than yours, you probably won't like the exact same things that I like. Because that's the key. That's the most important bit. Headphones are still some of the most personal forms of wearable tech that we can buy. And we just want this stuff to be fun. Why spend money on this kind of gear if you aren't gonna have fun? If you'd like to get a bit deeper into this topic, drop us some comments down below. I've had these conversations now for decades. And also, we'd love for you to share some stories if you've helped your family or friends treat their ears a little better. The tasty hot takes in the comments down below. As always, thanks so much for watching, for sharing these videos, and subscribing to the channel. For reviews.org, I'm Juan Carlos Bagnell, aka Some Gadget Guy, and I will catch you all on the next video.